Don't be a child. Look out now.
You know.
Behind the scene with Giddy Up.
And we're back. Sitting here, man, you guys are so good at the radio voice. I don't like it's. Whenever I have somebody in here and they've done radio and they sit down and they talk into the mic, it's I'm like, man, how long does it take to learn that to just be able to whop out the radio voice? Tony's radio voice impresses. Steven's radio voice impresses. Yours is.
Oh, mine was horrible when I first started. I got tapes from broadcasting school. I was like, "Hi, this is Blakey at the man." I mean, really high. It was crazy. And then I was from Minnesota on top of it, so I had that northern accent. So it's like, "Hey, everybody, how's it going there? It's Blakey at the man." I mean, it was just awful, awful stuff. And I hope somebody has that and releases it on the internet so I can sue them. It's horrible, horrible stuff. But
you know, voices. You know, you're good at voices. Some voices that you're real good. I remember Ed Zachary.
Yeah.
So, like, how many Walmarts are you banned from? Right?
Yeah, that was fun, man. I just stumbled in. I was doing a character before that called Charles U. Farley, and it was kind of a Minnesota kind of thing. And I'd call. I got my arm stuck in a Coke machine over here at St. Mary's Catholic Church. I'm in the basement. I wasn't stealing Cokes or anything, but I got my arm stuck in there, and they weren't really doing it. And then I guess this Ed Zachary thing just clicked one day, and it was so crazy after that. It was, anyway, man, there's very few times that I'll laugh at my own stuff, but I'll listen back to Ed Zachary stuff and I'll actually laugh at it. Because what's weird was when I would do the phone calls, I would clear my mind beforehand. So most of them I did in the studio, and I would just clear my head, and I would try to get as dumb as I possibly could inside my own head. I would try to forget everything that I could. I just became as dumb as I possibly could, forgot everything, and then hit the phones. And then it just all came out. And it came out as Ed Zachary. I mean, it was really, literally, it was another character. It was I was channeling this dude. So now I can go back and laugh at it because it's not me. It's Ed. You know, it was funny because it was a different guy.
Where can we find Ed Zachary right now? Like,
I've got a few things that I put out every now and then. I mean, are you talking like, where's Ed? Yeah. Where's Ed at? Or
no, just like where
the calls.
Where could some of the people go to listen to some of the calls and see what we're talking about? Because if you haven't heard Ed Zachary, you need to go start scrounging the the find some of these.
Well, you know, I do a voice tracking for a radio station in Paris, Texas. It's called My Rock 96.5. It's KMMY, and every Friday. Tomorrow, 7:15 a.m. and then later in the afternoon at like 4 or 5, something like that. It's a replay in the afternoon, but I'll play an Ed Zachary call. We call it 8 o'clock rock. So,
8 o'clock rock.
Yeah, so you can actually listen if you go online to the website is myrock965.com, and then you can listen to it online from there. But I'm on from 5 to 7 a.m. Central, or 5 to 8 a.m. Central, and then from 3 to 7 Central, Monday through Friday. And on Fridays we do Ed Zachary, but I'll probably put it on my website.
We're gonna throw a link in this video too, like afterwards, so that we can let everybody go there and check you out and stuff.
I'm
curious, was all that stuff scripted, or was it all improv? Or
the Ed Zachary stuff?
Yeah.
I thought about it beforehand, so some of them kind of had a little bit of a storyline to it. So I would kind of have an idea of where I wanted to go. But I did breaks like that on the air too. So if I would talk about something going on, I would have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And sometimes I would write sticky notes, but it was just like 3 or 4 words. Yeah, it was a guide, it was an outline, and then I would just go with that. Nice. And I did that with Ed Zachary sometimes. Sometimes it was just completely, let's just see what happens. But I had a bit of a storyline with them, and yeah.
I was a big fan.
Thanks. Hello.
You guys are sitting in front of Radio Talent. He's the guy's talent.
He's super talented. I know. Like, it's just hearing that little bit. Like, you know, on a more somber note, you know, we're going through, was it like month 2 of a worldwide pandemic because of COVID-19. You know, we've talked about it on the show before. We definitely try not to make every show about it, but
yeah,
you know, here we are, right? Still in the middle of it. What do you think? What do you think about the time frame that they're pitching. You said you had heard like 2021. Like, do you think that we should be back out enjoying, concerts and everything else soon? Do you think we should keep waiting?
If you can open up a nail salon, you're telling me that I can't go see AC/DC drop a new album? I hope. I don't know. Anytime I've ever really kind of had a prediction on things, I've always been wrong anyway. Somebody asked me, like, what do you think the new wave of music is going to be? I'm like, everybody's going to sound like the Black Crowes. And then the Black Crowes broke up, and I'm like, well, that sucks. So I don't know, man. I think it's probably going to be something that's just, like I said before, it's going to kind of gradually, we're going to be at a concert and not even realize we weren't supposed to be there. So,
and and for context, we had kind of spoke before we were on the air, about how there's a lot of talk of the new normal.
Yeah.
And I'd rather keep the old normal.
Yeah.
Personally. The old normal was pretty cool. I liked everything about it.
It's just kind of scary when they tell you things are going to change and here's how we're going to. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the quicker that we get back to going to concerts and the quicker that we get back to going out and interacting with each other and quit looking over our shoulder for all this, the better off that we'll all be.
And just quit being a bunch of morons. I mean, I was washing my hands before it was trendy. Anytime, I don't know what it was, but anytime, and I'm not a germaphobe by any means, but anytime I saw a thing of hand sanitizer, I was just compelled. My wife had knee surgery like 5 years ago, and I would go up and visit her in the hospital. And every time I walked by, it was like, I had hand sanitizer. I was probably immune to. I just always did that, and just because it was fun, it was kind of like cool. Yeah. And I've always cut my own hair, so
Me too.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm kind of trending now.
Yeah, everybody's finally catching on to what's going on.
I cut my own hair. I sanitize my hands. I've been hoarding toilet paper for. I live with 4 women. What's so funny is everybody's hoarding toilet paper during this COVID pandemic. I live with 4 women. I've been doing this for a long time. I buy my toilet paper 18, 25 rolls at a time, and I went to Walmart about 2 weeks ago, and I bought 2 things of toilet paper. I set them on the thing. I told her, I'm like, I live with 4 women. This is how I always shop. I swear I'm not selling these on the internet. I felt guilty for buying, So yeah, I think people are finally catching up to my lifestyle. So I don't know.
I was meant for quarantine. I've been playing video games, hanging out with my newborn son.
Yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's his name?
Atlas.
Wow. Yeah. He's going to have some shoes to fill with that name, isn't he?
That's the common thing that I hear. Atlas was actually the Greek titan of endurance.
The coolest name ever.
It is the coolest
that's a cool name for a kid.
Atlas Tyson Emo, and Tyson after Neil deGrasse, not Mike Tyson.
Okay,
the astrophysicist, not the boxer. No offense, Mike. I love you, but I named my son after a different Tyson.
Hey, that kid's back. He's a vicious fighter. Have you seen the video?
Are you
Have you
kidding
seen
me?
his video? Oh, do yourself a favor.
I heard
and look
about
at
it, but
the
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I've seen it.
Dude's got the speed.
Y'all think he ever lost it? Y'all acting like he had to get it back. I think Mike Tyson rolls around with that in his front pocket.
Yeah.
Good luck whoever gets on the other side of that.
No.
Well, somebody told me or something that there was like a $20 million deal or something for him and Tito Ortiz to bare knuckle fight.
Nice.
He's crazy enough to do it, though.
Tito Ortiz?
Both of them.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at a Halloween party in Hollywood, and I was standing there with my buddy, and this guy, my buddy's with me, taps me on my shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, check out the dude in the Tito Ortiz costume." And I look over, I was like, "That's Tito Ortiz. He's dressed as himself for Halloween."
Nice costume.
He had the whole deal. He walks out to the ring with and the flag. And
Oh,
shit.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he was dressed like he was getting ready to go into the ring.
Oh, cool.
I was like, "No, that's actually Tito Ortiz."
He would probably come in second in a lookalike contest. I've seen that happen before with people.
Yeah. It looked like Tito Ortiz's uncle dressing up as Tito Ortiz. It's been 10 years since he squeezed back into that to fight.
So has this COVID thing been scary for you having a newborn?
Really it was a little bit in the beginning. We had we were talking to the hospitals. There was a time when they didn't know if they were going to let me in. I've been real active during the pregnancy. I give all the massages. I go buy all the whatever we need and make life easy. And for the last while if something hits the ground, it's my job to go pick it up because Mama can't get down to get it. Yeah. So to hear that, and for her too, to hear that, there was talk of like me not being able to be there, and just she's like, I don't want to sit in the hospital room by myself. Like we went through all this together, and then the big moment, like, so we were a little apprehensive. We had started planning on what if we have to have a home birth, like, and we're literally seriously looking into that. Apparently when you do that, there's no pain medication. So we didn't know that. There's nobody there that can help you with that. So it kind of changes the kind of bursts and stuff that you can have. So we were preparing, but the Healthplex down in Norman is where we had him at, and it was great. Like there was not a lot, it wasn't busy at all. There wasn't a lot of people in there. We were only allowed one person in for the whole trip, and it was me. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Labor was like 5 days for her. So like it was, it was long, but afterwards and going through it, we were like actually really kind of glad that those parameters were going on because there wasn't a bunch of people in the hospital. We were really, they took care of us very well and kept super sanitary. Like couldn't be happier. Like having them at Healthplex, and then out. And now that we're back home, we have a valid excuse for everybody to stay away. So like, don't touch my baby. Everybody wants to see the baby. Yeah, everybody wants to see the baby. We're like, you come look at him through the window. Exactly. He's doing an autograph signing in like 3 months. If you want to schedule something, drive by, look at the baby, and then you're out of here. Yeah, but that's one of the things like we were talking about. Like we're really not looking forward to the new normal. We want to keep the old normal. Like we see every day that like it's not just, everybody's affected by it. Like bands there's nobody to perform for. Bars are, closed down. Some of them are closing up. Like there's a lot of upset in the industry and in every industry across the board. This must been what it was like when you were in the band Cinderella and you heard that Nirvana song on the radio for the first time. It's like, what? And what's going on? What the fuck is this? What do we do now? All right, we're going to find out something. We're going to switch up. It's going to be all right, guys. It's going to be all right. This will never catch on.
Oh, shit, Tom. We're in trouble.
Come on, boys.
What was that scene in Boogie Nights where the guy's like, you're going to tell me that people want to watch just regular people fuck? They don't want to see a pro that knows how to act fuck somebody. It's never going to catch on, buddy. Like, yeah. But, I think we'll bounce back. I'm looking for what's going on, like for people that want to come check out Bladerunner Radio and people that want to, get their rock and roll fix while they're stuck in the house, like tell us all about where to go to check you out. BladerunnerRadio.com is our website. You can actually listen. It's actually, I've been on it. It's pretty fun, pretty interactive. Yeah, we're actually getting ready to redo the whole entire site. We had a mobile app for a while, but there's been a lot of different things going on with royalty fees, and we just changed to a new streaming company. So with that, everything else is going to change. But for right now, you can just go to our website, BladerunnerRadio.com, and then listen off of that. If that link doesn't work, try bigjugs.org. See if that works. Dude, if that works, and you can put that on the screen if that works. We can put that link on there too. Bigjugs.org. We're going to do it.
Easy, man. Like you just go and then hit the player, and it's like right there.
Put that in the not safe for work section of behind the scene. Yeah. And then if you have the TuneIn app, you search Blade Runner Radio on the TuneIn app, and you can listen. And it's a 24-hour rock radio station. There's a lot of the stuff that you'll hear. We're kind of, our slogan is, it's all about the rock, and that's exactly what it is. I mean, you'll hear a lot of Van Halen, Aerosmith, AC/DC, Rage Against the Machine, Metallica, Ozzy. Those are like our core artists. Clutch, if you like Clutch, we play Clutch. Hailstorm, Volbeat, a lot of the new stuff. And then we play album cuts, and we also play a lot of cover songs. And one of the reasons we do that is listening to classic rock. I love classic rock, but hearing the same 4 songs from Led Zeppelin on the radio for the past 40-some years, it's like Black Dog. Remember the first time you heard Black Dog? Hell yeah, but it doesn't sound the same now that it did then. So we do a lot of cover songs. You're familiar with the songs. It pisses some people off. Some people don't like cover songs. I like cover songs. I think it shows some different spice on some of the songs that I like. Yeah, it brings a new life to the song, and you won't hear
a lot of Jimi Hendrix or a lot of Led Zeppelin. We play them, but you won't hear a lot of that on Bladerunner Radio.
Cover songs are to rock and roll as to what sampling is to hip hop.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Like,
But you'll hear music from the Doors, you'll hear music from Led Zeppelin, but it'll be Les Zeppelin doing it, or it'll be the reggae Dread Zeppelin. We play a lot of cover stuff because the songs are familiar to you, but we want to give them a little bit of a freshening up. So, but you'll still hear Black Dog from Led Zeppelin on occasion. You'll just hear rock and roll done by, Van Halen or something like that. We do a lot of that. So
I love it, guys. You got to go check him out, bladerunnerradio.com. And you know what? Have you ever heard of a little group called Speedgoat?
Speedgoat, yeah. They were big in Germany for a while. I think.
Well, we're gonna let y'all go out. We're gonna play their Dirty Concert Girls music video.
Check. Test. Goat.
Live, right here, now. Speedgoat.
That's just enough money for my room and my party. So I took her to the streets where I previously scored. Well, I get what I want when I pay for it. From an Ed girl smoking cigarettes. Hey lady, are you naturally pretty as that some shit that you stole off a tester shelf? What's a girl like you in this dirty city? Yeah, I know that's a line I couldn't help myself. Well, now let's get back to the point at hand with the money that I brought in that thing that we're playing. The closest thing to love I'll ever get. Kids, dirty cops, girls smoking cigarettes. That's just enough to drink to take her there. Ended up in the trunk with her mother there. Best time of cash that I'd ever spent. Though I had no pay, couldn't make my rent. When I swear a word of lie, it's a stone cold truth. There's a picture of us three in a photo booth. There's a couple of things I'll never forget. Kissing dirty coats and girls smoking cigarettes. Hey lady, all your naturally pretty is that some shit that you stole off a tester shelf? What's a girl like you in this dirty city? I don't know what's a line I couldn't help myself. Well, let's get back to the point at hand with the money that I brought in that thing that we're playing. The closest thing to love that I'll ever get. Kissing dirty coats, girls smoking cigarettes.
Behind the Scene with Giddy Up. Follow the podcast live on Twitch, Facebook, and Instagram. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Giddy Up brings you the latest news and information from the people that are behind the scene. Music, weed, and just about everything else. We're industry professionals. Hash it out with a true pioneer in the art of extraction.
Produced by Red Plains Media.